Hey guys, it's been a super long time since I've talked to you. I have been busy with a lot of different things, moving, getting a new job, etc. So life in general. And I was waiting to a point to where I felt doing a reading again felt right. So let's go ahead and get started, Spirit. Please give me messages for whoever needs to hear this. We're not going to do a zodiac this time. Let's just do collective messages, Spirit. So the first card that flipped is the Six of Wands in reverse. The Six of Wands, so being in reverse would be like, I'm getting that you feel like there's something that you really wanted to achieve, and you feel like you've been kept from it. High Priestess in reverse. I feel like you were kept from this so much that you decided to block out everything your intuition told you. So everything you believed in and hoped for and had faith, like blind faith, everything you had blind faith for, not necessarily blind, but it was faith. You gave up hope. You gave up the faith in whatever this was that you said, whatever, this goal or bust. And it was an epic love. You thought there was a new beginning with someone that was going to be like an Ace of Cups situation. And in the end, you ended up feeling like you got played. And it's like you spent all this time working on healing a broken heart. Working on healing this feeling of the Five of Cups reversed. Or you needed to overcome the Five of Cups. Crying over spilt milk. Temperance in reverse. You waited a long time. You waited a long time before you let this go. Sorry, I know you can't see all of this. Here's the cards. Then we have, oh, I dropped it. The Eight of Swords in reverse. You recently learned that there was something keeping you blocked, but it was in your mind. It was a belief that you had about yourself that kept you trapped in a pattern. Seven of Cups. It kept you feeling like you had all kinds of choices or options in front of you, and you had no idea what was the right choice. And you felt like all of a sudden this great inspiration that you had, like it was coming like a fire hose of spiritual connectivity, spiritual downloads, and then you went from feeling like there was a lot to take in to you felt cut off from spirit, from these downloads. The King of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. You had a certain way of seeing romantic relationships, that men were a certain way and women were a certain way, and you're realizing that that isn't working out for you the way it was supposed to. I'm getting like a traditional male-female dynamic was what you were picturing. And you thought men should act this way, women should act this way. This is what I am worth. This is what a man is worth. And then you had this fast burst forward, away from things that weren't serving you, away from things that you were waiting for. And then you started to wait again, but with a different attitude. Instead of feeling like you were missing out and you needed to be abundant to make everything go as planned, you realized that, wait a minute, I am abundant and I still feel alone and nothing's changed. I don't have any walls up that I know of. And everything that I was waiting to hear never came. I didn't get the commitment, but I got what I needed. Like the song, you don't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. Passion from a man isn't always what you need. Sometimes you need to protect your energy and not give love to things that are all about passion. sometimes keeping secrets and not being honest aren't the best things to do. And those things can take us from our innocence. You want to stay innocent. Sit there, whatever you're doing right now, whatever it is you're waiting for, or whatever it is you're questioning or wondering about, sit there like you know nothing, because A, you don't. B, it's just smart, even if you think you do. Sit there like you know nothing. Something is about to break. The truth was held back. About something you were inspired to do. 9 of Wands. Spirit saying don't give up. Be careful about what you say during this time frame. And try to have the perspective that as much experience as you've had, you still have a lot to learn. It's almost like something's coming that you didn't even know enough to ask Spirit for. You didn't even have the experience enough to know that this kind of outcome was possible. And you've been planting seeds that were supposed to work out, and they didn't work out for a reason, but it's not because you weren't going to get the result you were looking for. It's because they were going to come in a different way than you expected. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this away, and I'm going to pull some more cards. We have the World, the Hierophant, Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so it's like you're hitting the jackpot. It's like everything you've been looking for is here. Everything's complete. All loose ends are tied. What comes with this is something traditional. Something along the lines of a marriage or organized religion or experience from the masses. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this has to do with what you think you know about love. What you think you know. Temperance in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. The Chariot, Nine of Cups on the bottom. So it's almost like a slingshot. Like you've been being pulled back. This tension has been built. There was a long pause. It seemed like there was no movement for a while. And all of a sudden you were whoosh, slingshot forward so fast. You went from being in the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Cups. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride, to being feeling like your heart is overflowing, even if you never had a partner, even if you were never married, even if you were never a bridesmaid. Queen of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like that song, meet me halfway, right on the borderline is where I'm gonna stay with you. Eight of Pentacles. It's like I would work hard. I would make a masterpiece if I were to invest my effort into this scenario. But I've been paused in the middle of the air, mid-air. My action is suspended by my decree. By my decree it is so, because I have used my mind, not my heart, but my mind, and I know. No, it's about knowing. I know it is not time to give. It's not time to build. Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. It's like somebody decided that they were going to stop juggling and they were going to give to themselves instead of waiting for somebody to make them an offer. And this very act of filling their own heart, their own whatever, their bravery is going to pay off. The Sun, the High Priestess, and the Page of Pentacles. It's like somebody who came in like a wrecking ball, I feel called to say. They didn't know, they didn't have experience, but yet they knew. They didn't have the experience to be able to prove what they knew, but they knew what they knew was going to lead them to the sun. They knew it would just take Ace of Wands, Tower in reverse. It would take the inspiration for a passionate new beginning to purposely break down the tower. Okay, we're putting this away. Sorry for the loud noise. Shuffling real quick. This is going to be closing messages. What do we need to hear, Spirit, after what was already talked about? What do you want us to know? Page of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. I can buy myself flowers. I can hold my own hand. Talk to myself for hours. Write my name in the sand. Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving card in the deck, as one of my favorite readers likes to say. Whatever this is coming, it's coming way slower than you want it to. It's going to bring you to a point where you think you cannot go any further, that the strength that you mustered, like Wonder Woman, inhuman strength, like you cannot go any further. And then the Emperor, Return of the Mac, Mother Fluffer. I don't know who that is to you. Who's the Emperor to you? That is Eight of Swords in reverse. It is somebody that you have said is a villain. You wanted to believe good things. Ten of Wands, Five of Swords. This person that has put you through hell. Why are they coming back, Spirit? Knight of Swords in reverse. You were told to be patient. Maybe this person thought they should be patient. New question. Why now? What's coming next? What do they have to do? What is the next thing they should do? Six of Swords. Help is gonna come all of a sudden. Reunion all of a sudden. Release from being stuck like a slingshot all of a sudden. The Fool in reverse, and the Moon, the High Priestess. It's something you held yourself back from because you couldn't see the truth and you didn't trust your intuition. You didn't know who to ask. There was nobody who knew the answer. It's about love that you just didn't know. And you had to invest in yourself. And then it brings judgment. It brings what you deserve. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything, and you don't have to be afraid. Okay, any last messages before we go? One last message. There's nothing you have to say. There's nothing you have to do. All you have to know is that you deserve this. This ending is about to happen, or it's already over, and you're about to become 10 of Cups, Empress energy, and Emperor. It's all about the King of Swords and judgment and strength. And the Four of Wands in reverse. There's somebody who has something to tell you, and they've purposely held themselves back on making this judgment because they wanted to make sure they had a stable course of action, that it would be low and slow. Okay, that's all I have for you. I hope this helped, and I'm really glad to see you again. I hope that this reaches a lot of you. I know I haven't been around. I've been confused about what type of readings I wanted to do, but all I know is I wanted to be here for you and with you in this energy, and we can just let the cards decide. Glad to be here. Love and light. Good luck.